Here is why Tyrion helped Jaime escape King's Landing. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you love House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, and deep dives into Westerosi lore. Let's begin. In a climactic finale of Game of Thrones, one of the most emotionally charged and debated moments is Tyrion Lannister helping his brother Jaime escape King's Landing. On the surface, this act may seem impulsive or even reckless, given the chaos engulfing the city. However, the decision is far more nuanced. Tyrion's choice is a product of brotherly loyalty, moral conviction, political pragmatism, and a deep understanding of human tragedy. This moment reflects the core themes of the series: family, honor, and the weight of impossible choices. To fully understand why Tyrion helped Jaime escape, we need to examine the context of the city, their personal history, Tyrion's ethical reasoning, and the looming consequences. The devastation of King's Landing. Before Tyrion's decision, King's Landing lay in ruins. Daenerys Targaryen, having conquered the city, unleashed Drogon's fire on the Red Keep and surrounding areas, killing thousands of civilians. The city was smoke-filled and chaotic, with cries of anguish echoing through the streets. Symbolically destroyed, as the Red Keep, the seat of power, lay in ruin. Politically destabilized, as many lords and citizens faced sudden loss of leadership and protection. This context matters. Tyrion witnessed the horrors of unchecked power as Daenerys justified mass killings in the name of freedom, the collapse of law and order, leaving the city vulnerable to chaos. The moral corruption of his own family, including Cersei and Jaime's complicity in past events. In this environment, Tyrion's choices were limited. Every decision carried moral, political, and personal consequences. Tyrion and Jaime's brotherly bond. To understand the escape, we must first examine Tyrion and Jaime's relationship. Tyrion was often ostracized and mistreated by his family, yet Jaime was a constant source of love, support, and protection. Jaime defended Tyrion during key moments, including saving him during the Battle of Blackwater. Their bond is defined by trust, loyalty, and shared suffering, making Tyrion's choice deeply personal. Helping Jaime escape is as much an act of fraternal devotion as it is a strategic decision. Tyrion knows that Jaime's survival matters, not just for family, but for someone who has acted honorably amidst a sea of moral compromise. Tyrion's moral dilemma. Tyrion faced a profound moral dilemma. 1. Obey Daenerys. Risk Jaime's life and possibly his own to follow the orders of a ruler he no longer trusted. 2. Act on conscience. Help Jaime escape and defy the ruler, potentially branding himself a traitor. Tyrion chose the latter because he understood Daenerys' growing tyranny and the danger she posed to the realm. He valued human life and familial loyalty over blind obedience. He believed Jaime's escape was a morally just action, even if it carried personal risk. This decision reflects Tyrion's character arc, a man who values justice, intellect, and compassion, even when the cost is high. The political reality. Tyrion's decision was also informed by political pragmatism. Daenerys' rule was becoming increasingly absolute and authoritarian. Tyrion feared that Cersei's execution or Jaime's death at Daenerys' hands would destabilize the city further. Helping Jaime escape created a buffer of survival, ensuring that someone with experience, leadership, and moral insight remained alive to influence Westeros' future. Tyrion weighed risk versus reward, understanding that allowing Jaime to survive could provide political stability after the chaos. Tyrion's personal guilt and responsibility. Tyrion also felt personal guilt. He had made several decisions that indirectly led to the city's destruction, including encouraging Daenerys' campaign despite knowing the risks, underestimating her ruthlessness, assuming she would spare innocents, failing to prevent tragedy, particularly the mass slaughter. Helping Jaime escape was, in part, an act of redemption. By ensuring that someone he cared for survived, Tyrion reclaimed a measure of moral agency amidst widespread devastation. The escape plan. Tyrion's escape plan was calculated and courageous. He navigated the ruined Red Keep, avoiding Daenerys' forces and the devastation caused by Drogon. He located Jaime in Cersei's final chamber, witnessing the destruction and devastation firsthand. Tyrion persuaded Jaime to leave with him, emphasizing survival and the chance to live another day. The act required cunning, courage, and rapid decision-making, reflecting Tyrion's intelligence and adaptability. The emotional plea to Jaime. Tyrion's argument to Jaime was both practical and emotional. He reminded Jaime of their shared history, emphasizing the importance of life over immediate loyalty to a doomed cause. He highlighted the futility of staying in King's Landing, knowing Daenerys' wrath would spare no one. He framed escape as a moral duty, giving Jaime a chance to live, reflect, and possibly influence the realm's future. This moment underscores the emotional depth of Tyrion's decision. It was not simply strategic, but an act of love, hope, and moral courage. Jaime's conflict and choice. Jaime, like Tyrion, faced a deep moral and emotional dilemma. Stay in King's Landing to protect Cersei, risking death in a collapsing city. Leave with Tyrion and survive, abandoning his lifelong attachment to Cersei. Tyrion's persuasion helped Jaime confront his emotions and choose life over fatal loyalty, a theme that resonates with the series' recurring exploration of duty versus desire. The psychology of survival. From a psychological perspective, Tyrion's decision reflects 1. Moral courage, choosing what is ethically right despite personal risk. 2. Fraternal loyalty, prioritizing family ties over political expediency. 3. Strategic foresight, understanding that survival could allow for future influence in the realm. Tyrion's reasoning was not impulsive, but the product of careful reflection amidst chaos. His actions embody the principle that sometimes survival is itself a moral act. Tyrion helping Jaime escape had multiple consequences. Preservation of moral agency. Jaime survives to act beyond the destruction of King's Landing. Symbolic defiance. Tyrion resists Daenerys' authoritarian rule, demonstrating that personal conscience can oppose tyranny. Foreshadowing political shifts. Jaime's survival sets the stage for future negotiations and the eventual restructuring of power in Westeros. The escape was both personal and political, with ramifications extending far beyond the immediate crisis. Fans and critics have debated the decision. Some argue it was a natural extension of Tyrion's loyalty and intelligence. Others view it as a controversial act, abandoning the city in its moment of need. Most agree it reflects Tyrion's character consistency, combining intellect, moral conviction, and emotional depth. Regardless of interpretation, the escape remains a pivotal and memorable moment, highlighting the complexity of human choice in extreme circumstances. The escape exemplifies several overarching themes of Game of Thrones. 1. Family loyalty versus duty. Tyrion prioritizes Jaime's life while navigating moral obligations. 2. Ethical complexity. Choosing the right action often involves personal sacrifice. 3. Survival and foresight. Acting to preserve life enables future influence and redemption.